touchdown against the defending Super Bowl champions, that's big time. On national television. And then 106 touchdowns, which ties him with Jim Brown for 5th all time in the NFL. I mean, that's, we talked before about Frank Gore and some of the remarkable accomplishments that he's had over his incredible career. We talked before about Drew Brees. I think Adrian Peterson's right there in the mix too, as far as being one of these elite players of all time, certainly in my lifetime. And I'm just excited that I've had an opportunity to watch him play, dominate the college level as well as the NFL.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's been excellent. He's a good football player through and through. Is he getting older? Heck yeah. But still, to pop off a 90-yard run at 33 years old in the NFL is not easy to do, and he did it, but again, he is getting older. He's not the same back he used to be, but it's still okay. I mean, the guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the things that I kind of wanted to ask you about is like, so you, as you said, you've been scouting for, 25 years or, whatever the number is. Where does he rank in terms of running backs that you've scouted, just in terms of the whole package? I mean, as far as, not so much the off-field stuff, I'll leave that out. Just in terms of his talent level, where does he rank for you?
As a runner?
Yeah.
Seen in person? Now, I saw Barry Sanders, but that was when my brother was playing in Colorado, and Oklahoma State came there and played. And they were a national championship team that year, and he ran for 200-plus yards against them. It was very, very impressive.
What did Dave say about him?
Yeah, he's really fast. And my brother could really run, too.
Oh, he could. Yeah, absolutely.
I had no chance to catch him. But, I've seen a lot of really good running backs, now, not so much just in college, but just at NFL games, going there and playing against them. But as coming out of college, he's probably the best back I've seen in person. Just doing a school call and going to practice and talking to coaches. And yeah, he's probably the best back I've seen, just like I said, standing next to him and just feeling him when he during the practice, he'd come by you. You could feel the explosion in the speed. You could just feel it. Like wow. And I've scouted hundreds of running backs over my times.
Yeah.
But, he was probably the most physically gifted one that I ever scouted. Now, I saw some better ones in pro ball, but as a college player, he's probably the best one I ever scouted. I gave him the best grade I've ever given a running back.
Okay, that's probably what I should have asked in that way. Is there – so some of those backs that you saw in the Pro Bowl, like to me, I was a young kid, but I still remember Bo Jackson. I mean, I was at that game when he ran over Brian Bosworth, and I mean, there's still the railroad tracks on that part of the kingdom, I think, but I mean, it's still, I mean, that's going back some years. I mean, I look at some of the running backs in today's NFL. I mean, some of the dominant players, and again, they're a little bit more specialist than Adrian Peterson. I mean, to me, that was what was so fascinating about him. He wasn't used as a receiver much at Oklahoma, and he's never become a Alvin Kamara, Marshall Faulk type of receiver in the NFL. But at the same time, he can catch the ball. I don't think that it's not that I don't think that he can do that, but just in terms of the way I like to play football, I'm going to run it right here. You try and stop me. I think I was worried about his health, but other than that, he had my highest grade as well.
Yeah, his ball skills would be considered average overall.
Yeah.
And that's why he's not used a lot. But that's not why you draft him. That's not why you give him a big-time grade. Like you said, north-south between the tackles, downhill. And if he hits it, he's a one-cut guy, it's over. You're not going to catch him, especially back in the day. Of course, like I said, he's 33 now, and things have changed, which it does for everybody.
Yeah.
But he was special coming out, and he's been a special NFL player.
No, he really has. I'm looking forward to seeing what what he does with the Redskins for the rest of this season, and to see what happens after this year, because I think that there's certainly going to be some teams that are going to be very interested in him for next year if the Redskins do opt to move on. Okay, well, that's pretty much our show for today. If you are interested in listening to any of our prior podcast episodes, then I would just encourage you to check us out at NFLDraftScout.com, where there are always prior episodes available for immediate download. You can also check out Scott on Twitter or myself on Twitter. We're also available on Spotify and iHeartMedia. But again, as always, if you're looking for prior episodes of the Instinctive Scouting Podcast, then just check it out at NFLDraftScout.com. For my buddy Scot McCloughan, my name is Rob Rang. Thanks so much for joining us, as always. Catch you next week.